Hello everyone. In this section, I would like to try answer Miss Hery question in comprehension check section. Okay, let's go to check how many questions that exist in comprehension check. Okay, there are 10 questions that exist in comprehension checks from Mr. Hery, and I would like to answer the question one by one. The first is, what is online learning? And explain synchronous and asynchronous learning. Okay, online learning. Online learning is when learners use a computer, tablet, or some other device for their learning. When your schedule make it hard to attend classes or if you live far from campus. And it also means that at some point in their studying, they have to go online through the internet to access information or communicate with an instructor or other learners. Synchronous. When learners participate in online learners course at the same time but in different locations, it is known as synchronous learning. Synchronous learning allows learners to interact with the instructor and the other participants. This is done through software that creates a virtual classroom. And while asynchronous, most online courses are asynchronous, meaning students aren't all together in class at the same times, and class activities then don't take place in real time. Instead, students can complete the task whenever their schedule permits. Flexibility is one of the main advantages offered by online education, and a primary reason why many students like to attend us online. The second question is, what are the basic features of an LMS? There are 9 features of our LMS. The first is syllabus. Syllabus is an overview of the course in outline form. It includes objectives and requirements, etc. Second is calendar. Calendar is schedule of the is that calendar is the schedule of deadlines and course events. Third is teacher announcements. Teacher announcement when teacher updates and reminders. An online learning course, they usually appear upon entering the LMS. Next, course email. Course email is correspondence between course members. Next, lesson. Lesson is content sections, usually organized by topic. Next, discussion forum. Discussion forum is ongoing online voice or text discussion. Next, wiki. Wiki is an online environment that can be searched and edited by all members of a collaborative teams. Next, blog. Blog is an online space where one author creates a posting each, for example, article, requires some types of narrative and their comments. The last, testing and quizzing. Testing and quizzing is assessment that determine how successful outcomes have been achieved, and grid self-assessment help learners adjust the pace of and reflect on their learning. Okay, the next question is, as an online course, teacher give an example of good introduction writing for one topic meeting. Okay, for make good introduction writing, the writing style must be clear, concise, and direct. Please don't make it too long or too short. Please, the sentence and paragraph must be brief and simple. The purpose is to make student more understanding. Okay, this is the examples of Introduction. This is the course is introduction to literature. Okay, the next question is why online material must be attractive? What elements are ended? Okay, uh, why online learning material must be attractive? Because it makes online learning will be interest and makes students not bored. It also engage students. And then the element is there are three elements. The first is visual design, second is big light, and the last is text. Visual design is very important because its visual design look good. It makes online learning will be attractive. In backlight, there are 3 points. The first is page surrounding text. The space between lines and paragraphs provide writing space. It gives the readers a visual break. Kan? Line length. Line length is the very important also because when lines of the text are too long, it is difficult to read. Next, justification. Justification always use left justification text with regard right margin as well as we have in this guide. The last is text. Text. To write other text, we must pay attention to types. Second is color use. The teacher must pay attention to the text uh, that will be given to students, such as the types of letters size used, because if the size of the letter used is too small, then it will make students difficult to read. Besides that, the teacher must also pay attention to the color section. Choose the color of the letter that contrasts with the background color to make it look clear. For example, black and white, like my PowerPoint. It'll make student easy to read. Okay. Next question is, please explain types of online learning activities and find relevant technological tool for the types. Okay, there are 6 activity and also the tool. The first is class discussion and the tool is discussion forum. Discussion forum can provide the student and discuss with the other student. Student will more active and interact in the course because students are given more chance to give their opinion. Second is journal writing. The tool used is blog. It can be individual reflection or teacher reflection modeling. This tool can train the student in writing skill. Usually, the students will read some material from some resource. That is shared knowledge base. The tool is used wiki. It can be collaborative glossary, annotated bibliography. Participant of these activities is grouped to class. Next, practice exercise. Tool used here is testing or quizzing. It can be multiple choice or self-assessment. Multiple choice is popular when the teacher makes question. Next, project. Project and the tool is multiple options such as work groups, wikis, blogs, or discussion forum. It can be group project, presentation, or group research project. Participant of this activity is individuals to fair to class. And the last is receptive activities. And the tool use or PDFs, workouts, YouTube, Google presentation, etc. It can be teacher or student audio or visual presentation, course, reading, or miscellaneous audios and videos. I mean, miscellaneous is variation. Okay, the next question is, online discussion is one important element in online learning. Sometimes it may not work well. How does the teacher optimize discuss? Okay, there are some ways to optimize um, discussion. The first one is pose interesting question. It means that can make student interest. And it means that the question that given by the teacher must be related to the topic that makes student easy understand and to not confused. And then maybe student will interest to answer the question. And second is give specific instruction. Give specific instruction. The instruction must be clear so the student know what student should do. And next is monitor the discussion. In online learning, teacher has role as monitor. By monitoring, student will not go out from the topic. And the last is assign grids. Assign grid can make student interest to the discussion. Okay, next. Please provide an example of a learning resource that can be used to engage learner in online learning. Okay, this is the examples of the resource that makes student learning in online learning. Okay, I think this is just example. As we know, learning resource is very important in engage learners in online learning. The teacher must prepare about it. The teacher can give student resource such as link from Google or YouTube, which is suitable with material we'll discuss in online learning. But before that, the teacher must ascertain whether the link is still active or not, because this greatly affect student in assessing it. Okay, next. Kindly give an example of effective assessment in English online teaching and learning. You can pick one or the integration of more than one language skill. Okay, this is the date, Friday, October 25, 2019 at 12 no 12 no 12 to 1 to 12 p.m. The quiz. This is the quiz, and then please read the text. This is the instruction, and this is the aspect, test, and the grade, feedback. For example, if student get a 90, he get a 90 until 100. The feedback is excellent. Okay, next. What are the basic elements to consider when building an online course? Okay, there are four points. The first is learning outcomes. Learning outcome is learning achievement. Second is an online syllabus provide learning plans. And third is course outline is document containing key information about the course, such as course description, course schedule, learning outcome, learning assessment, or tasks due date for assessment. And the last assessment is the very important discuss because with assessment the teacher can know how the ability of student. The last, please give an example of one online lesson. This is the example of one online lesson. The first is introduction. Second is what we'll discuss, and the last is give resources. Okay, this is the discussion for student. Okay, I think